Richards revealed she went through a difficult year. In a November 2023 interview, the former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star said she couldn't lean on her sister, Kyle Richards, and other family members because they were all going through their own challenging times. While speaking with Access Hollywood, Kim Richards said she turned to her niece Paris Hilton and her husband Carter Reum after she was forced to move out of her home due to a flood. "Here's what you need to know," Kim Richards said. She lost everything, felt alone. In the interview with Access, Kim, 59, shared details of her difficult year, which became further complicated by a feud between her sisters Kyle and Kathy Hilton, as well as Kyle's separation from her husband Mauricio Amansky. "It was a really hard year for me just because they were fighting," Richards said of her sisters. "We all have our things, like it was a lot. And I had a flood at my house," she continued. "I had to move out, I had to go somewhere, and I didn't know where to go, and it was a lot. And I really needed them, but I know everybody was going through their thing. So I had to figure out on my own by myself what to do, where to go." Richards said Paris Hilton and her husband Carter were the family members who were there for her during that rough time. "My whole family is great, but everybody was going through so much," she explained. "It was hard. I lost my clothes, my car, everything came down into my car. It was like one of those things. But I also feel like God gave me a chance to do this all over again. I get a new home, I get a new car. But it's hard when you lose everything when it's taken, like, in a flood like that. It's awful." Richards added that in addition to what she was going through, she had the added worry of her sister Kyle's personal issues. "I worried about my sister every day," Richards said. "So, on top of what I was going through, I call her, and I said, please don't call and think I want to talk about me, I just want to know if you're okay. Just one word, just say, I love you, I'm okay, or whatever." But she just stayed to herself, and that's a new behavior for her. Richards also said she had a premonition about her sister's marital problems. "I know this sounds crazy, but I had a dream 2 weeks prior that they were getting separated or divorced," the former child star claimed. Richards added that she and her sisters are all navigating different things. "I think we're all kind of figuring it out, and I think for myself, I'm starting over. Like I just moved." Kim Richards reportedly lived in a Los Angeles apartment prior to her move. Kim Richards did not share details on where she moved to. According to The Sun, in 2021 she reportedly lived in a Los Angeles apartment owned by her sister Kyle. The outlet alleged that the former child star lived in a 1,600-square-foot, two-bedroom apartment that Kyle bought for $520,000 in 2015. The gated community featured a pool and jacuzzi. It is unclear if Richards lived at the apartment when her property was damaged in the flood. At her new pad, Kim Richards has taken to creating murals on the walls. She told Access, "I color on the walls, and so I've been coloring a lot and painting. So my house, literally from floor to ceiling, I just started doing these huge murals. And I love it, and I can't even draw well. I love it." Kyle goes, "Who did this?" I go, "Me." She says, "But you can't draw," and I go, "I know." Read next. Kyle Richards shares details on disastrous RHOBH scene.